This is Prof.L.B. Gayakawad's English Literature Wave. I am Prof.L.B. Gayakawad talking on the growth and development of the 16th and 17th century English literature. This is the first part of this lecture. The first point of this lecture is religious drama in the medieval time. Medieval time means the time which was begun from the 12th century and ended to the 14th century, that is called the medieval period. And in this medieval period there was the religious drama, and this is the first point, religious drama in the medieval time. The drama was acted through villages. In this time, the drama was acted, means there were some actors and they were acting this drama. They were playing this drama through the villages and the towns. Means the actors were going to the towns, to the villages, and they were performing this drama there before the people in London, and they were in this way performing this drama through the tours. Tours means what? They were going from one town to the second town. In this way they were doing their tours, and through these tours they were performing this drama. And this was the special feature of the actors to perform this drama through the towns and villages. There were the theatres closed by the plague. It means that suddenly what happened? The plague entered into the public, and these theatres were closed by the arrival of the plague, and that plague made people so sick, means people went through the serious situation, and that's why because of this plague the theatres were closed. Means the theatres were not working, the actors were not going to perform the dramas outside or into the villages. Nowadays there is the corona, and because of this corona the situation has been stopped in this way. In those days, because of the plague, the situation was stopped, and actors were not going to the towns and they were not performing the dramas well. That was the effect. And therefore the noblemen came ahead, and the noblemen came before, and they protected these drama companies. We have seen that there were the drama companies in those days, and those drama companies were going into the villages, were going into the towns, and they were performing the dramas in those days. And when the plague came, because of that plague, these drama company or these drama companies were stopped, closed completely, and that's why the noblemen protected the drama companies. Means some noblemen, some rich men came before, and they protected, they sheltered these drama companies privately. Privately means these drama companies became private companies, and these drama companies began their works under the presidency or under the presidentship of these noblemen. Means these noblemen were the owners, or these noblemen were the masters of these companies, and these companies were working under the guidance of these noblemen. And now because of these noblemen, these actors were going into the towns and villages, and they were performing their dramas there. Then the drama was performed on apprenticeship. how this drama was developed in the 16th century or in the medieval time. We are looking this particular thing, that what is the point? The drama was performed on apprenticeship. Apprenticeship means there were some actors, and those actors were given, or those actors were being given some payments and on the basis of the payments these actors were working, or these actors were performing this drama there in the villages or towns, and that is called the apprenticeship. And so the drama was performed on the apprenticeship. Then payment means the actors were being given the payments, and the actors were working on the basis of the payment, and means these noblemen were giving the payment to the actors, and in this way the dramas were being performed there. And on partnership means this drama was also being performed on the basis of the partnership. Means there were 2 persons or 3 persons, they were coming together and they were giving the payments to the actors, and in this way the drama was being performed with the partnership or on the partnership with the managers. Or we can say that there were the managers, there were the actors, and there was the partnership between the actor and the manager, and again between the noblemen, and in this way the drama was being performed with the partnership. Then the second point of this topic is open theatres. Means in those days there were the open theatres. Nowadays the theatres are closed theatres. Means we go into the closed theatres and we see the films, we see the dramas nowadays. But in those days the theatres were open. Open means the theatres were not closed theatres. And now there is the point of the open theatres. Now the Puritans felt irreligious. Means we have seen many times that the Puritan means religious people, or the people who were giving too much importance to religion, and actually speaking they were giving the importance to the religion extra. Means it was very troublesome to other people, and that's why it was irreligious. Irreligious means it was not the religion, but it was the monarchy, I will say, or it was the dictatorship of those people, and that's why these Puritan people or these Puritans were doing some irreligious things with the people, and that's why these open theatres were not liked by these Puritans, and which was performed in halls and inns. Means in this my point is that the drama was being performed in halls and in inns, and so it is called the open theatre. But what was the lacuna, or what was the fault of this drama? The fault was that the Puritan people, the extra religious people, were not liking this drama very much, and that's why this was the barrier, or this was the problem in performing this drama in the open theatres. And then there was the second problem again, and that problem was regarding the city corporations. That the city corporations had the limited theatres. Means there were not more theatres at the city corporations. Corporations means we can say municipality, or suppose the big municipality, that is called the corporations. And in this way at the city corporations these theatres were very limited, means they had no more theatres. This was also the problem. And the second problem was of the Puritan people, that the Puritan people were not giving more importance to these dramas or to these theatres, means they were rejecting or they were not liking. It means that they were feeling that this is a bad thing for man to work in the dramas or to perform the dramas, and that's why the Puritan people were also hating this tradition. And second was the city corporations had the limited theatres. That is the point here. Then the next thing which we can explain is that drama in detail. Now we will see the drama in detail, means how this drama developed in detail. We will see this point now. Shakespeare's drama came between 1564 and 1616. It means that when we think of the drama, then we should pronounce the name of Shakespeare. And so Shakespeare was the prominent figure or prominent personality or man in this era, and Shakespeare's drama was between 1564 and 1616. Means this was the actual period when our Shakespeare was writing his drama or acting his drama. He was writing his drama with comedies and tragedies. It means that Shakespeare wrote comedies, Shakespeare wrote tragedies, and he performed also the comedies and tragedies on the stage. Means this Shakespeare was the actor also, and the comedian also, and the tragedian also. Means he acted the plays also, he wrote the comedies also, and he wrote the tragedies also. That is called the Shakespeare. I will say here comedies means the drama which was a happy drama or which was very interesting drama, means the end of that drama is comic, and tragedy means the end of the tragedy is sad, and that is called the tragedy. In this way Shakespeare wrote the comedies, tragedies, and his period was between 1564 and 1616. Then Ben Jonson wrote satirical comedies and tragedies like Walpole, the Fox, the Alchemist. The second information or the second point here is that Ben Jonson wrote satirical comedies. Satirical comedies means he wrote the comedies which were satirical, means which were criticizing the people's manner or people's behaviors, because the people were not behaving properly, and that's why Ben Jonson wrote satirical comedies and tragedies like Walpole or Walpole, the Fox, or the Alchemist, on the life of those people, because Ben Jonson showed the faults, the drawbacks of those people who were in his time. Then George Chapman, Thomas Dekker, Thomas Hayward, John Webster brought the new creation. Means these people then brought the creation of the drama newly. Means our question is the development of the drama in the 16th and the 17th century. Means our point is that we have to see the development of 16th and 17th English literature. This is our point. And now the university wits, means now we are discussing about the university wits. The university wits like Peel, Green, Lodge, Marlowe and Shakespeare are the Elizabethan dramatists. Means Peel, Green, Lodge, these are the university wits, and Marlowe, Shakespeare are the Elizabethan dramatists. Others made Shakespeare their hero after his death. Others means what? Means there were other writers who made Shakespeare their hero after his death. Means when Shakespeare was dead, then other dramatists at that time made hero this Shakespeare. Means Shakespeare became their hero after his death. When Shakespeare was writing his drama, there was no value of this Shakespeare to those other writers or dramatists. But after the death of Shakespeare, they made him their hero, and they followed the tradition of Shakespeare's comedies and tragedies, and then they developed the drama ahead, that is called the next development. Then Jonson and Fletcher ended the drama. Means Jonson and Fletcher, these two dramatists ended the drama as they were not talented like Shakespeare. They were not talented like Shakespeare. Means we can say that Shakespeare was very talented, and that's why he wrote the talented comedies and tragedies. But Jonson and Fletcher were not clever, were not intelligent, or they were not talented like Shakespeare, and therefore these two writers ended the drama. Means the drama was ended with these two writers. Means the development of the drama stopped there, and the drama was closed by these two dramatists, means Jonson and Fletcher. Then Shakespeare made the drama comic and tragic. Though Jonson and Fletcher ended the influence of this drama, but after the death of Shakespeare, the people were not forgetting Shakespeare, and that's why they were giving importance to the drama of Shakespeare. And so after the death of Shakespeare also, this drama became very successful. Means the drama was made comic, the drama was made tragic. Means there were many writers who were writing the comic dramas and who were writing the tragic dramas. In this way, after the death of Shakespeare also, there was the development of this drama. The Jacobean comedies weren't romantic. Now Jacobean comedies means there came the period of the Jacob king, means the Jacobean era we can say, or period we can say, or duration we can say. So the Jacobean comedies were not romantic. Means the writers who were writing their comedies in the period of Jacob king or in the Jacobean period, those comedies were not romantic. Why? Because those comedies were realistic. The Jacobean comedies were realistic, and that's why they were not comic, they were not romantic, and they were not comic, and that's why these Jacobean comedies also were not successful more there in this period. The revenge plays, people forgot the Jacobean comedies, romantic comedies, or romantic comedies I will say, or dramas I will say, people forgot them. And again there was the development of the revenge plays, and the revenge plays were written by Shakespeare, Means Shakespeare wrote the revenge plays, Chapman wrote the revenge plays, Fletcher wrote the revenge plays, and John Webster wrote the revenge plays. We will give the best example of John Webster's novel, and that novel is The Duchess of Malfi. Means when we read the novel The Duchess of Malfi, we see the two brothers there, Frederick, and the second is a priest. These two brothers kill their sister, the Duchess of Malfi, very cruelly, I will say. Means they brought they brought very serious death to the Duchess of Malfi, and that was the horrorsome death. That was very melodramatic death to the Duchess, and this is called the horror play, or this is called the revenge plays. Means they take revenge on the Duchess of Malfi because she marries with her steward against their permission, because she is the widow in the play. She is the widow. She was the widow, and that's why the brothers don't like that their sister should marry somebody, but she married against their permission, and that's why they became very angry and they took their revenge on her. That is the story of the Duchess of Malfi. And in this way, this drama went ahead, went up, went heightened, and then the drama was developed to the revenge plays. That is the point. Then this drama went to the romantic and tragic comedy. Means romantic and tragic comedy means the drama was written comic and tragic. Means there were the elements of comedy also, and there were the elements of tragedy also. In this way, the romantic tragic comedy came between 1610 and 1642. Means in this period there was the new birth of the drama, and that drama was romantic, then tragic, comic drama. Then Beaumont's and Fletcher's comedies came. Again there was the development of Beaumont's and Fletcher's comedies, and those comedies were A King and No King. Then Shakespeare followed them in last days. Means when there were the last days of Shakespeare, or when Shakespeare was writing in his oldness, at that time he followed them in last days, we can say. Then this literature, or this drama, or this literary situation went to the Chronicle drama. The next point is the Chronicle drama. Chronicle drama was brought by the university Wits. It means that the university Wits, they wrote the drama that is called the Chronicle drama, and in this way the Chronicle drama was brought or was written by the university Wits, like Peele's. The name of the drama is Edward I, Marlowe's Edward II, and Green's James IV. In this way, this drama was developed to the Chronicle play or Chronicle drama. Then Shakespeare followed this form also. Shakespeare was such a man who was very brilliant, and he also followed this form also, and he also wrote his historical plays. In this way, the drama in the 16th century or in the 17th century was developed very nicely. Then there came the traditional play called Masque, M-A-S-Q-U-E. Then there was the period of the traditional play called Masque, M-A-S-Q-U-E. These masques were written by the dramatist. So the traditional play called Masque was the short dramatic play. It was the small, short dramatic play which was written for the festive purposes. Festive means for the cultural purposes. Festive means what? The festival type purposes, or I will say the themes of this traditional drama or masque was the festivals, culture, means there were the themes of the festivals, or there were the festive themes. For example, we can say that there was the theme of marriages or some cultural events. These were the themes of this drama. For example, Shakespeare's The Tempest. When we see Shakespeare's drama, The Tempest, in this drama there is the theme of the masque, or there is the theme of the traditional play. It means there is the background of festival, or there is the background of the marriages, or suppose there is the cultural background in these dramas, and that's why we have taken here the example of the drama of Shakespeare called The Tempest and John Milton's Communes. Means these are the points today we have seen under the development of 16th and 17th century English literature. This is our first part of this lecture. We will see the second part in the second lecture. Thank you very much.